Good evening, aspirants. I welcome you all to another interactive session of the Firefly Guide. In this session, we primarily discuss the news articles. Those are important from the exam perspective. And today's news articles are taken from the Hindu. So without wasting any more time, let's jump into the discussion. So our first article says that there is a report given by Chrysler on the debt recast 2.0 as the economy revives after a deadly crunch of the COVID-19. As we all know, 2020 has gone a very tough year for India, and the economy for India has been recessed up to an extent in the hands of COVID-19. Everything was affected, starting from the import to the export, starting from the consumption to the savings, starting from the share market to the stock exchange. Everything was particularly affected. So now, given by a report by Chrysler, there is a ray of hope. Given on this slide, we will try to understand two particular important terms that are important from the economic perspective. The first one is debt restructuring. We will have a discussion on this and we will try to understand this step by step. So this debt restructuring is something, assume that there is a company, the name of which is XZ, and there is a bank which is there operating in a market. So now the company XZ requires a loan from a bank. So the bank pays itself, the bank gives company XZ a certain amount of loan, and now the company XZ is indebted to this bank. Now what happens? An economic crunch arrives or an economic recession arrives, just like COVID-19 did in the year 2020. So now the company XZ is unable to pay the money to this bank. Suppose this bank had given this company a sum of 1 lakhs. So now the company XZ is unable to pay it back. What will the next thing that is going to be? The bank will give notice to company XZ and they will come to a mutual consent. What is that mutual consent? They will try to have the debt restructured. Now, what is the debt restructure? Now, it can be done in several ways. One of the ways, waive of the interest. So the interest will be waived off from the 1 lakh rupees. Number two is the bank will reduce the principal, that you need not give 1 lakh rupees to me, you just give 80,000 rupees to me. So the bank will just cut down the principal of the loan. These two portions are there, or there is a third way also. The bank can also demand that give me a share of your company to company XZ. These ways, this thing can be done, the debt restructuring. So now what will happen if the bank had not done the debt restructured and the bank had gone to an arbitrary court? Now in that case, the bank had actually suffered a loss. The bank would lodge a case against the company XZ, and when the case was over, after that, the company XZ was bound to pay that bank a particular amount. Now say, after the case is closed, the bank will get an amount of 50,000. So now even it is getting a loss of another 50,000. So it is better to get the debt restructured than having a arbitrary court and cases and all other things. So this is all about the debt restructuring. Many banks do that. And after this COVID-19 pandemic, banks are also keen to see about this aspect. Now coming to the second terminology, that is the V-shaped recovery. Now suppose if we take this graph as an imaginary line, then it was the growth rate that was happening. We can just assume that. Now COVID-19 arrives at this point. At this point, COVID-19 arrives. And with the arrival of COVID-19, the growth of the economy just dips down. After that, in 2021, the COVID-19 has been a bit far away of us and the situation is a bit under control. So now what will happen? That the economy will rise again. So from here, the economy starts rising again. So here you can see there is a V-shaped economy or V-shaped recovery that has been constructed. So I hope you are clear on these topics. And CRISIL has also given a particular report depends on which is dependent on these aspects. About 95% of firms that had opted for or were considering the scheme were rated the sub-investment grade during category. This has happened. Another thing that is important to remember, that is CRISIL's director, Nitin Kansal. So CRISIL's director is Nitin Kansal right now, who is giving the report based on all these strategies. So I hope I have cleared this out depending on all the scenarios. So now let's jump into the next article. Before going to the next article, let me tell you that there are some courses that are going on for ICSE, CBSE, WBSE, and WBCHSE. So you can definitely opt for any of them. You can be of any class, and you can also opt for, or you can be an aspirant of any of the particular stream. So you can definitely go for it. We are all together okay with it. So what you need to do, there is a number given in the description below. You can just go to the number and give a missed call. Our team will call you back. Now coming to the next editorial. The next editorial that is very much crucial from India's standpoint is that India has built a bridge. India has not actually built a bridge. India is actually investing to build 3 bridges in Maldives. If we take India's map for consideration, then just like this, and here is Sri Lanka, here is Rameswaram. So here comes Lakshadweep, and after that, here comes at this location, here comes this particular Maldives. So Maldives has a very good relationship with India from a very long time, and it is obviously in the Arabian Ocean at the southernmost point of India. So Maldives had a very crucial relationship with India, but in the Sri Lanka, with the rising aspects of China in the Hambantota port, India has now taken a step that Maldives should take a loan from India. Not only a loan, it should take a grant from India. Now, what is the difference between a loan and a grant? Now, a loan is something which is given to an entity in aspect of some interest. In this case, India has given a loan also on a very minimum interest. A grant is something which is just given away and there is no money that need to be repaid back. So that is the basic difference between a loan and a grant. I hope I have cleared this out. So now with the rising China dominance on the Sri Lanka aspects, India has now taken a step forward to build up a port, build up a bridge, actually not one bridge, but 3 bridges. There are 3 places where India is planning to have that bridge built. The 3 places are like this. There are some islands. This place is Malé. Malé is actually the capital of Maldives. Just beside Malé, there is another particular island that is Vilingi, and there is another island that is Galifalu, and there is another island that is Thilafuzi. So these three islands, like Viligali, Galithalu, and Thilafusi, these three islands will be connected together with the help of that bridge. And obviously that bridge will be overseas. You can find the names right here. It is written over here. So no need to just find it anywhere else. And now India has given that kind of loan and a grant. So there is another good news for India, that is an Indian company, namely Sapurji Palonji, has also backed in that particular project. The efforts of India to save Malaysia was made to save it from a debt trap. And what is a debt trap? The debt trap is, we are talking about the debt trap. Debt trap. A debt trap is some kind of trap that is giving or lending money to some entity, and after that helping him to grow. When that particular place is grown and some infrastructure is made there, if that entity fails to pay back that particular lending amount of money, then this entity, which has already given that money to that particular entity, will take that particular place to will take that particular place to his concern. This is a debt trap that is done by China over all the world. Make it from China's Belt and Road Initiative, or building ports in our Bangladesh or anywhere else. Now, Afcons Infrastructure Limited. Afcons is nothing but a body of Sapurji Palonji Group Firm. Now, who is Sapurji Palonji Group Firm? It is actually one of the biggest investor in Tata Group. That is the group of Cyrus Mistry. It had bagged a 530 million contract for the mill to link this project. And this project is popularly known as the Greater Malay Connectivity Project. So this is something which is now very important for the upcoming exams. So India has given the fund to the Exim Bank, and India has particularly said that Exim Bank will fund this particular project and help it grow overseas. So this was the update about all these things. I hope you have already got it, and this video had been useful for your daily life and your upcoming examinations. So if it is useful, then leave a comment below. Also, don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends. So keep learning, and I'll see you in the next session. Goodbye.